Hello. So we'll talk about Spring Batch today. It is the basic one. Spring Batch majorly used for resolving the business problem with a large data set. It is basically for doing the uh, some scheduler jobs or some data manipulation on the huge data set, which can be asynchronous. So they are the steps that I have created for that. So so this is the basic of Spring Batch. There are two main entity of Spring Batch. One is job, another is step. One job contain multiple steps that perform three tasks: read, write, and process. In a simple term, although it is a bit complex, if you can go through the complete documentation of Spring. So we are just doing the beginning. So what do I have? I mean, there is a business problem like we need to trigger the mail to the user who have done transaction on some web portal, and along with that, we need to create a CSV file. So we'll go with step by step. So first of all, we need to configure database. Before that, I need to create a Spring program here. So I am on Start Spring IO. I am creating my example Spring Batch POC. Okay, so this is a demo project of Spring. I'm using Java 8 for that. Okay, and okay, so about the dependency, first of all, web. Basically, I need a controller which trigger my job. After that, I need data JPA. I need to interact with the database. The main important Spring Batch and the actuators. Okay, so we have generated the project here. Fine. Now let's import it. I have imported here. So this is my program. Okay, fine. So this is the program. Now follow this step one by one and then we see what Spring Batch does. So step first, configuring database. So first of all, we need to configure database. Basically, why do we need the database? We are going to put all the job and step related information over there. So we are going to create here a database configuration. It is configuration. So I'm putting here. Okay, let's provide it property resource. Okay, so I'm putting the property here only. Okay, class path batch, and I'm using PSQL. You can use any database, whatever you like. Okay, so this configuration has to read all the property file from the batch PSQL properties. So I'll create a file here. Okay, right. So okay, fine. So far so good. Now I need to initialize it. So I'm putting a void init in initialize init. Okay, and I'm putting it as a post constructor. So we are using here resource data popular resource database populator. So why do we need it? We are going to set some properties here and I'll explain what are these properties. So first of all, we need to add script in a populator. Add script. Okay. And now I need to fetch the script from my system. So I need a resource loader. Okay. So I need to create a reference here. Source loader. Okay, so by the resource loader I am fetching the property now. So I need to one more thing I need to use here. This is environment. Okay, so we are using strings environment here. Again auto wiring it. Okay, so basically I am giving it the script location. Okay, so this is the property batch schema script, so I'll put it here. Okay, and so far so good. Okay, so now there is a method set continue on error, so for now we are saying true. Okay, and database popular utils not execute. Okay, so we are executing it. Now I need a data source to feed it. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll create a bean for it, public data source. This is JavaX data source. So we'll create the object here, driver manager data source. You can also use a specific data source like PSQL simple data source or MySQL data source. Okay, so for now I'm using it. Okay, and various property I'm putting here. So okay, for a faster, let's copy it from here. Okay, so these are the property, right? Right, okay, fine. So remove this line and this is the data source. Okay, so we have configured the database. It is still showing some error. I don't know what is. Okay, this is the error, and it is saying class batch property sources. We need to use source. Okay, now it is resolved. Okay, so we have configured the data source. Now we need to put all the properties we have mentioned here. So we'll copy it, simply copy from the here. Okay, this is the batch property that we need to put here to interact with the database. This is the script. This is the script which has to run at the first time to create the database. So till now I can show you in the database like we did not have any schema till now. Okay, so okay, fine. Now after that, what is the second step? We need to enable the batch config and encapsulate the job in it. Fine. So we'll go. Okay. So we'll create here like control C, control V. Job. Okay. Control and batch. Batch. Oh, sorry. Class batch config. Okay. So I need to first make it configuration and then I'll enable the So now we need to follow the second step. We need to enable the batch processing and encapsulate the Java. So we will create a batch config. I'm adding a class here, batch config. Configuration and enabling the batch processing. Enable the batch processing. Okay. Now this is done. Now follow the second point one step. Now it is 2.2. Write down your job, then step, and then this part. Okay, so we'll go step by step. So first of all, we need to create a job. So here it is. We need to provide the job builder factory for creating the job. Okay, so we are auto wiring it. Fine. So now once we have created the job, now we need to add the steps in it. So basically this is creating the job. It is saying it is start. Now when we are calling the method start, it needs a job, it needs a step, and once we get the steps it will build. Okay, so we will create a step here. So this is again the 2.3 portion. Okay, so here it is step. Okay, fine. For we need to understand the concept, so for that I'm not taking so much time, okay, for writing down every class. Okay, so I have created already DAO for that. So what we will do, we will just copy paste it. Okay, so I already posted it in my GitHub. You can check it from here. So this is my repository. Okay, so this is repository. Basically, it is a Pojo class. It is a Pojo class for transaction. So there are multiple columns in the database. Okay, so here it is. Now, um, so the dependency has been resolved. We need to add a step builder again for creating the step builder factory is here. Step builder factory. Okay, once it is done, now go to the step 2.4. Now we need a reader, writer, and processor. What is the major task for a step is to do three things. It has to read the data from some source. It will process and manipulate the data and take some action if required, and then it write it back to some source, whether it can be a file or it can be database. So accordingly, we have written our step. We need to write a reader, then a processor, and then a writer. So first a reader. Okay, so add a reader here. This is transaction reader. Spring Batch already provide a transaction reader, item reader here. We need to write this. Oh, sorry, this is the wrong one. We need to springs. Earlier we have. Okay. Transaction section entity. Okay, we need to implement the method read from here. Okay, and again I need to add some one more class for processor, class transaction processor item processor from the Spring Batch. Okay, so transaction entity. For now we are keeping the both input and output as a transaction entity and implementing this method. Okay, so we have implemented transaction reader and writer. So we'll give it here private transaction processor, private transaction reader, word to word. Okay, so now we need to write down the writer. So instead of implementing our own writer, we will use the flat file writer. So it is already here, so we need to put it here. Okay, this is a source file, private string slash user slash data. Okay, this is the output where our transaction file has to written. Okay, so this is flat file item writer. Okay, it need output resource. Okay, so we need to provide private resource. Okay, we are using file system resource here, file system resource. Okay, we provide the object of file system resource. Okay, we need to give the file path for that. Okay, so this is the file transaction one CSV. Okay, so what we have done, let's revise the steps. So we have added the job, reader, writer, processor. Okay, now whenever we start our bootstrap application that is embedded Spring Batch, so all the jobs are default enabled. So we need to disable it. Okay, so it will be disabled, and after that I need a controller. Okay, so which runs my job. So I need a controller here. Job controller. Okay. Okay, fine. SLF4 core batch. Okay, so this is my controller. It will be available on this. I can put it here. Localhost host 8080. Slash this. Fine. So one more thing, we need to add the property file. Okay, so I have already mentioned it here. We can go to the main source in the property file. Not got hand. Okay, anyway, so I do have this property file here. Okay, so this is the processor. I have written the task manager here that has two methods for sending message and updating the database at the same time. So this is updated transaction and send mail. Basically, we are just holding a thread for 100 ms. Okay, so again here is a reader which will fetch the detail. Okay, uh, which will fetch the detail and start to feed the transaction processor. So now run the application. Spring Data Repository scanning. Okay, ORM version here, dialect has been picked, entity factory has been picked, executor, two endpoints beneath actuator. Okay, fine. So application has been started. So before triggering the application, now refresh the table. There should be the structure for the batch job. So here is a batch job execution. Here is the batch job instance. Okay, so this is the batch job instance. Okay, here is the data. So whenever an instance has been triggered in the Spring batch, an entry is appeared here with the status, which is kept in under job execution. Okay, here. So let's set the API and then see what is the outcome. So here I have triggered the API, and in the log, what do we have? The email is started to triggering on the email ID, which is captured in here. Now what is being here, we have read the document entries from the database and started to process the data, and at the end we have written it somewhere, where we have written in a file source. So let's check whether the application is there or not. So let's open the batch config and check the path. Okay, this is the path. Fine. Okay, so print this. Okay, so I do have this transactions ID. These are the number, these are the amount, and this is the email ID we have. 86836102898361029. Okay, fine. So we have written the information in the file. So staff have done all his job, and staff has completed all his task, and job has done. So while mean, what is the change in the database? Let's check. Refresh it. So there are 24 execution, version 2, job ID 8, and status is completed. And what about the step execution? Step execution and job execution are the